Hi friends, this is Dwarika from aboutqa.com. In this lecture, we are just going to see implicit wait in WebDriver. So let's jump on the agenda. So in this, we are just going to see the basic definition and its facts attached with the Selenium implicit wait, and we will see the uses. And for the same, we will see one scenario where we will be checking all the facts those we have just mentioned in definition and facts. So let's start with the implicit wait. Implicit wait intends Selenium WebDriver to pull the DOM for certain time whenever it is searching any element on the web page. If that element is found immediately, then it will move ahead to the next line to execute the next line. Otherwise, it will wait for a certain time, the time that we are just providing into the code. And if again it is not finding that element at that time provided, then it will throw one exception, and most of the time it throw no such element exception. And one more thing, we have just seen into the definition, like it will pull the DOM for certain time whenever it is searching any element. It means it is directly linked with the find element or find elements method. Those are provided in WebDriver to search any of the element on the web page. And since it is defined, whenever we will go into the WebDriver API and we will just jump into the code section, okay, then we will see that this implicitly wait is defined inside one timeout interface, and that is the part of WebDriver. It means whenever implicit wait is defined, it will remain with the WebDriver instance till the time it is not going to be killed, or till the time it is not going to finish its task. So that's why it is called global wait. As some people normally say, just initialize once and use it everywhere wherever we are just going to see any find elements. And in this in definition we have just seen, uh, it will poll the DOM for certain time while searching any element. If found them, it will move immediately. It means the standard timeout is 0 second. It means if we are not providing any time limit, suppose most of the time we provide 5 second, 10 second, 30 second as a timeout inside the implicitly wait. If we are not providing that, it means it is going to take 0 second as a default value for implicit wait. So let's see where we need to use this implicit wait and where we should avoid using this implicit use. So whenever most of in today's scenario, most of the pages are going to have heavy Ajax. Means most of the time whenever we are just writing in Google search, we see like some drop downs are coming. So those are Ajax drop down. So let's see the definition of Ajax. So Ajax is a client side script that communicate to and from a server slash database without the need for postback or complete page refresh. The best definition that we can just talk about Ajax is the method of exchanging the data with a server and updating part of a web page without reloading the entire page. It means Ajax is nothing but it is going to directly communicate with the server and database without affecting any of the UI changes on the web page. It means it is we can say it takes place locally, and that local part is associated with any of the web element part. And wherever we are just going to see that heavy Java scripts are being used, in that place we should avoid implicit wait. Because sometime what happens, suppose we are just working on any button and that button has been generated with the help of some JavaScript code, then implicit wait see that button immediately or after polling certain time, and it just move ahead. But at the same time we face some of the exceptions, like element not visible, because element come into the DOM picture, but that specific button or element is not for the action. So most of the time we should avoid this implicit wait whenever page is using heavily JavaScript. So let's move ahead with one scenario where we are just going to check all the facts those are associated with this implicit wait. So in this scenario, we are just going to open bing.com and we'll enter one string to search implicit wait, and as soon as we enter above string, it will show some Ajax drop down and we will select the last option. So this is just the scenario that we are just going to automate, we can say. So let's move ahead with that part. So let me open the Eclipse. I have already made this script. So here is my Java class that I have just written for this implicit wait. So here you can see that I have just initialized one Chrome driver, and I am just opening bing.com just by calling get method, and after each line of the code from line number 24, I have just started taking the time stamp. Okay, so just we are just moving ahead. So here we have just opened the bing.com. Again here I am just capturing the time stamp just after the web page just get loaded, and then I have just provided this implicit wait. So syntax of this implicit wait is driver dot driver dot manage manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, and inside this we need to pass two of the parameter. First one is the time. Suppose we need to provide 5 seconds of the timeout, so we can just provide 5, and here unit is a enum, that is time unit, and just by calling this we can just define whether we are just going to provide this timeout as a second or hours or minutes. So here I am just going to opt second constants. Okay, so this is just the one line that will work uniformly in your code if once defined. Okay, so we are just moving ahead with this, and here you can see that after each line of the code I have just kept one timestamp method through which we will just gather the information about the time, how much time each line of code is going to take. So the very first let me check the very first fact that we have just seen in the time of at the time of implicit wait definition. So here it is saying poll uh, Selenium WebDriver will poll the DOM for certain time to search any element. If found, then move immediately. So here I'm just going to perform one action where I'm just going to figure out that title is available or not. Okay, so this title XPath is correct, and we are very sure that this is going to return one title. Okay, so let's see how much time this code is going to take. Even we have just provided implicit wait timeout as a 30 second. So let's see whether this code is going to wait for next 30 second on this line number 33, or this is going to jump on the next line of the code next line of the code just after finding it, or just after it this code is able to figure out the title. So let me comment this out. Okay, and now I am just going to run this script. So let me run this script. Hold for a second, let me see. Here we are just getting some exception. Okay, hold for a second, let me check this out. Okay, sorry, let me just uncomment this section. Actually, here I have just used try and catch, so that's why it was showing that exception, that error, like we need to use finally. Okay, so here in this code, what is going to happen if this line number 33 is available, driver dot find element by dot xpath and double slash title, if it is available, okay, then it will move to the line number 35, otherwise it will jump. If it is not, means this element is not available within this 30-second timeout, then it will jump to the catch section and it will print if element not found, then again check time. Okay, so once exception will occur, we will figure out that how much time this code has just taken. Okay, so let me execute this, since we are just going to check the fact that WebDriver will move immediately if element is found. So let's see. So here it is launching the Chrome, and it has just launched and have just finished the work. So here if we are just going into the console, then we can just see the first statement is just showing uh, 8 minute 54 second 573 millisecond. The second statement is just near to that time, that is 585 millisecond. And if element is found, then it will take the time of execution, means it is going to add the execution time that is needed for that specific element. And here you can see that it is showing like it has just taken some 100 plus time in millisecond. It means it has just moved to the next line as soon as it has just figured out this element. Okay, now I'm just going to check the second fact. If element is not found, then it will wait for the next 30 seconds. So let me make some changes. So in line number 33, I am just going to append few of the random characters, so that WebDriver could not find this element on that web page, since this element is not present on that. So let's see how much time it is going to take if element is not available on that specific page, and how long it is going to wait for that specific page element or web element. Okay, before before throwing any exception. So let's see. So I've just made changes in XPath, and this XPath is, means this element is not available on that web page on the wing. So let's run this. So this time, once it will throw the exception, it will directly go to this part of the code. Okay, so I'm just going to execute this code. So here you can see, like in previous code, this code execution has just taken few of the millisecond, but here you can see that this page is still on, and this is waiting for the element, means this is going to wait for the next 30 seconds. Okay, so let's check the fact whether it has just waited for the 30 second or not. So the last line says, the last statement says that it is 26 second 186 millisecond, and if element is not found, then if we are just going to add 30 second on this line of the code, then this is going to be 56 second. So here you can see that 56 second is shown on the screen on the console, and here we can see that it has just taken 100 millisecond, we can say almost 100 millisecond to execute that part of the code. Okay, so it has taken approximately 30 second. Okay, because execution time is also included in that. So this was the one of the demo to check the second fact. Okay, now we are just going to check the third fact that is going to say, like, once defined, it will be available till the end of the WebDriver instance, and wherever it is going to see find element, it will come into the picture. So if we are just going with the happy path, then we are not going to figure out whether this is working correctly or not. So I'm just going to make some changes that will let us know that this code is following, means any of the find element after line number 33 is still following that implicit wait. So let me uncomment few of the codes. So here I'm just going to send some string inside the text box, Bing text box, but here I'm just going to check the fact that this 30-second implicit wait is working with line number 39 as well, because here again we are just going to use the find elements. Okay, so here I'm just going to make changes into the name locator since, and let me correct this out. Here I have just made the correction in line number 33, because here we are just going to say like title locator is correct. Now at line number 39 I am just going to append few of the random characters at line number 39, and we are just going to see whether that implicit wait that was initially implemented into the code was working for this line number 33 is still true for this line number 39 or not, because here again we have just used the find element method. So let me execute this. So here we can see that if element found, then let's check the time at time. Okay, I've just provided some random text to figure out. Okay, so here again I am just going to uncomment this line number 40, so that once line number 39 will be executed, suppose this locator is correct, suppose, then it will jump on the line number 40 as soon as it will find this element, otherwise it will jump to line number 47. That's why I've just uncommented this line of the code. So let me execute this code. So here again it will move ahead to line number 39, and it will wait for this name locator, that whether that locator is available or not. If it will be available, then it will move to the next line, otherwise it will wait for next 30 seconds before sending the exception. So here we can see that it is waiting for that specific web element, and now it has just thrown uh, since I have just catched that exception, so it is going to print the message, and through which we can just make the analysis that that implicit wait is always true for all the find elements. So here you can see line number 35 has been executed. Line number 35 has been executed, and it is showing the time stamp as a 59 second to 47 millisecond. If we are just going to add 30 second in this 59, then it is going to be 29 second into the next minute. Okay, and it has just taken 311 millisecond. It means this fact is true, that this implicit wait is going to work for all the find elements. Okay, so that's all from my side, and I'll be again here with the next tutorial. So if you like this tutorial, please like, and if you need any support, then you can just comment below. Thank you.